Darlington Library friends, here we go. We're going to go live again. Facebook is having technical difficulties that are beyond our control. So if you lose us again, we're going to pre-record and then post it. So if you guys lose us again and we don't make it through the video, don't worry. We will start recording from where we drop off and we will post it as soon as Facebook will allow us. But back to my introductions. So Jimmy Epley, Andrea, Taylor, Miss Michelle, our manager, just in case you guys didn't get all that. And of course me, Mr., which you all should know. All right, so we're going to be painting sunflowers and pumpkins today, just in time for autumn, just in time for Halloween, just in time for Thanksgiving. So I'm super excited for you guys to do that with us. And what you should have by now is your paint, your canvas, your paintbrush, your carbon paper, which is black, your copy paper of the actual painting that we're going to make, a paper towel to wipe off your brush, and a cup of water. And if you're like me and you like to mix your colors and do different things with your colors, you could always get a paper plate or a styrofoam or plastic plate to mix your colors on. That's your choice. And so the first thing I want you to do is on your canvas is a piece of plastic wrapper. You want to go ahead and take that off first. As you can see, we've already done that. Taylor's going to demonstrate for you how to do that. You just peel that plastic off so that you have a fresh, clean canvas. The next thing you want to do is you want to grab your carbon paper and you want to grab your picture. And you're going to lay your carbon paper so that the black side, this is the black side, this is the gray side, you want the black side facing down. If you're not sure if you have it right, go to one of your corners and kind of just rub over the top on top of your canvas and see if it makes a black mark in the corner like I did. So lay it on top like so. And then after you put your carbon paper down, you're going to lay your picture over top of that carbon paper. So now you should have canvas, carbon paper, picture like this. Because the first thing you want to do is you're going to trace what you need from this picture. So hold yours up, Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy just traced the outline of the flower and the outline of the actual pumpkin. He didn't put all those details in there, but if you feel like you need all of those details in there, you trace as much of that picture as you need. So some of us may only trace a few things, like Mr. Jimmy just traced the outline, and some of you may feel like I'm not really certain about my painting, so I'm going to trace as much of this as I possibly can. Okay? Number one, biggest rule. Once you start tracing, do not move your carbon paper or your picture, because then you're going to have overlapping drawings and you'll have a hard time making sense of it. So I usually like to put one hand over to the side like so and kind of hold down my picture and then use my other hand to trace. Now, what do I trace with? You can trace with the bottom of your paintbrush. So I always tell people, this thing right here is not just the end of your paintbrush. This is a tool for painting. You can use this to trace, and we use it a lot. As you can tell, this one has paint on it to actually paint with. And I'll show you guys how to do that a little later in the show. All right, so first thing you want to do, trace. So you're going to trace as much or as little of your picture as you want. Position your paper however you want to. If you want it like this, you could do it like that. If you want empty space, you can move it down. So however it is you want your picture on your paper. And then hold it still until you're done tracing. So I'm going to give everybody some time to do that. Lovely sound, isn't it? So everybody should be tracing whatever part of their pumpkin they want on the actual drawing, and whatever parts of their sunflower they want on their drawing. And if you're not sure, you can hold down your picture with one hand and lift gently to see that all of your parts are on there that you want. Once you're done with that, you just lift, and you'll see mine looks a little bit different than Mr. Jimmy's since I added a few more details. Now that looks like a big mumbo jumbo, but I promise it's not. There's a sunflower, and then you see there's my pumpkin in the background. So I've drawn in a few more details than Mr. Jimmy did. And I've drawn on the table. It's okay, it washes off. Now, what we're doing today is a watercolor, which means that you're looking at it going, okay, I don't think I have enough paint. I promise you, you have enough paint here in your one palette to paint every picture on this table. So, and still have paint left over. So, the next thing you're going to do after you're done tracing your picture is you're going to get your paintbrush ready by kind of getting it a little bit wet. So, if everyone wants to slightly dampen their paintbrush, what this does is kind of just moistens and softens the bristles. Now there are, it looks like there are a lot of different colors in this painting, but there's really not. What's in this painting is basically just yellow and red, and brown and a little bit of green. But I've also given lots of you orange also. If you do not have orange or you do not have the color orange to which you like, you can take your yellow and your red. I'm going to show you how. You can get some of your yellow and some of your red, like that. And then you're going to mix until you get the consistency, well, the color of orange that you like. As you can see, this orange is a lot brighter than the orange I have on there. It's a redder orange. So you play around with your yellow and your red until you can get the color orange you want. And the first thing you want to do is basically we're going to put down a base for all of these parts. So you want to put, I like to start with the pumpkin first on this picture. So I'm going to start with my pumpkin first, because that's in the foreground. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And you'll see in the picture there are lots of different colors. It doesn't mean that you have to shade in a little bit of yellow here and some orange or here and that. You can color it all one, and then we can go back when that's dry and add other colors. That's one way you can do it. So, or you could do like I said, you could start with a little bit of yellow here and then work your way out with some orange. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow, just kind of toward the middle part of my pumpkin. And remember, this is watercolor, so a little bit goes a long way. If you're running low on a certain color, you just add more water to it. And you'll spread it out. You think, pumpkins aren't yellow, Miss Drew. Why do you want me to start with yellow? So this picture is made to look as though it has light shining on it. So you're going to have different gradations of yellows and oranges and reds, okay? So you just go in and just add your yellow where you'd like. Remember, this is just a template. Yours does not have to look exactly like mine. None of these will look exactly the same.
Where's my example? You took my example.
Do I have yours?
Yes. You got yours and you need.
Is it under here?
Yeah.
I did. I took Mr. Jimmy's example. So he knows where to start from and stop from. Let's see. Let me turn mine back around this way. So you just decide what color do you want to start with. What do you want? Which part of your picture do you want to start with? Do you want to start with your pumpkin? Do you want to just go ahead and get everything down that's yellow? The biggest thing with this picture is trying to remember which parts belong to which object. So you do however you need to make sure that you are painting your pumpkin the way the pumpkin's supposed to be, your sunflower the way the sunflower's supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and do my pumpkin first, only so I don't get it mixed up with my flowers. And then I'll know which parts are pumpkin and which parts are my sunflower. Let's see, so we go this way. You see, we barely used any paint at all. If you're doing it correctly, you will not use hardly any of your paint at all. And I'm just right now trying to get the basic outline of what I think my pumpkin will look like. Like so. Alright, so now I have my pumpkin. Now, once you get that basic color behind it, that's when you get to start having fun with the other colors. So I'm going to go onto my plate and get some of my darker color that I made, and I'm going to start going around my pumpkin with that also. Like I said, I want to do my pumpkin first. That's what I'm going to do. With some water. Spread that in. And all I've done, if you guys look at this, is I have added water to my orange. I haven't done anything else to it. I haven't gone back into my darker color or anything like that yet. I'm still just spreading those colors together. Yeah, look, Mr. Jimmy's got his pumpkin all the way painted now. Show him, Mr. Jimmy.
There's a way you can do that.
He's faster than us. He got a bigger paintbrush.
Well, what you can do, if you want to take it, is lay your paintbrush into the orange,
Uh-huh.
and then lay it into the yellow.
Ooh, good idea.
Pick up some yellow on that, and then when you take it on your canvas, when you drag it across, that yellow will come up first, and then the orange will come later,
Mm-hmm.
and will blend in.
Ooh, I like that idea.
So that's one way of doing your oranges.
Good idea, Mr. Jimmy. And if you drew on your vines like I did, we'll go back and put those back on, so don't worry about that if you accidentally paint over them. I will show you how to put those back on. Pumpkin, pumpkin. And remember what any of you that have painted with me before, I'm going to go ahead and do this on purpose just so you guys can see. I'm going to make a line across my painting that is completely wrong. See, that line does not belong on my painting. It's completely wrong. I'm going to show you that that is very easily covered back up. So I did that on purpose so you guys can see how to do that. So if you see something you don't necessarily like, don't worry about that. We will fix it later. Go up here, add some orange up here onto this part of my pumpkin. So you're just going to play around with your red and your yellow and your orange on your pumpkin or on your sunflower or on your painting until you achieve the colors that you want each of those to have. Not trying to do any details now. Right now we're trying to cover, for the most part, your picture, with those colors. We're not trying to worry about details yet. We're not adding in any branches or vines or even working on the center of your sunflowers. We are right now just trying to get this canvas covered in paint. really hard to put details in on a painting when the whole entire canvas is wet, so we will let it dry some before we start adding any of those details. And that's why I like to work on one part of my canvas at a time. Do you guys find that that's the easiest too, if you work on one part? Because then one can be drying while you're, while you're working on another part. And then I can go back to that part later and add more details and whatnot. We still have to get Antonio on here painting. Just got to figure out something he wants to paint, I guess, huh?
No, I'm not much of a painter myself.
Oh, we're going to make him come on here. I feel it. I feel it in my future. We got to get him on here. Mr. Jimmy, we're going to make that mandatory. Mr. Antonio has to paint with us
He has
one
to
day.
paint one time.
One time. All right. So now I've got my pumpkin all the way painted. I don't have any details down yet, so don't worry about that. Now I'm going to move on to other parts of my painting. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my sunflowers. That way you guys can see. Now I'm going to let that dry. Now this is a personal preference, but when I'm painting one end of a painting or another, I like to flip my canvas. So there's my pumpkin. It is not complete. It's just my outline. You see I've got that mistake. I'm about to show you guys how to cover that up. This will cover itself. So I'm going to paint it upside down only because I like the area of my canvas that I'm painting to be closer to me. So to you guys it'll be upside right, and to me it'll look upside down. So my sunflower on one side has more yellow than the other, but both have yellow. So for the most part, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in and start painting in that yellow. There's a tiny bit that comes behind the pumpkin here. And it actually goes behind my stem. But the very last thing I'm probably going to put on here is going to be my vines and my stem. So it doesn't matter that I'm painting over those. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to come up and get this one. Get a little bit of water here. Is everybody doing okay?
Yep.
Look at Michelle. She's using her fingers to blend. Look, everything can be used as a tool, even your finger. So she is using her fingers to blend. I'm going to get some more water. You got that, Antonio? You got Michelle over there blending with her finger?
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be the thumbnail, right? I didn't even think about that.
She was being serious.
I was being serious.
If anybody has any questions, or you want to just let us know that you're here and you're watching so we can give you a shout out, Antonio will let us know that you are commenting, so I know you're there. I'd love to hear from you. So just say, hey, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here. Just love to know you're here. So just let me know. Let us know you're here and you're watching with us.
You can always tell the former teacher because we use finger paint. Former kindergarten teacher using finger paints.
Get my water, spread my picture out. So peaceful and so quiet. Covering all of this in yellow. This side's a little darker. So I'm going to add in some other colors here. Get some yellow here. Spread that in. You don't have to color the center of your sunflower with any yellow, but if you want to, you can. That's what I like to do. Just so some yellow will shine through when I get to that part. Because for the most part, it's brown. Basically, the whole top of my picture just looks yellow now. Which is fine, because I haven't started using any details yet.
So Riedel is here.
Hey, Riddell!
Amber is here.
Hey, Amber! Hey,
Charlotte.
Caitlin! Hey, Devontae!
Charlene from Society Hill is also here as well.
Hey, Society Hill! I should have some Lamar people, Society Hill, Hartsville crew. How are you guys? I hope you're having fun so far. I just love painting. So much fun, so relaxing. Alright, I'm going back over just a little bit, some outlining on my pumpkin now that it's dried a little bit. I'll blend that a little later. And then I'm going to go up into my sunflower and basically do the same thing. But I want to use a little bit of my brown too. So I'm just taking a little bit of the brown and a little bit of the red and kind of mixing them together. Almost making a bit of a purple kind of color. And that's what I'm going to go over and outline my sunflower with. So this part here is going to actually become the inside of the sunflower. And that's going to become brown later, just so I can kind of see where it's going to be at. And the same thing for this part here. Let me grab that purplish brownish color that I made, and I want to go in between my petals of my other sunflower, like so, just so that they stand out more to me and I can tell which ones are which. And then I'm going to fill all this in so I know. Like I said, you don't have to follow exactly what it is I'm doing. This is your painting, so you do it how you want. But I like to do things in just this kind of way just so I know where things are on my painting. Andrea has got all her yellow at the top almost. She's got her pumpkin all bright and ready. Taylor is still working on the details of her pumpkin. She's just now starting on her sunflowers. Michelle did something similar to me. She basically colored the entire top of her painting yellow. Mr. Jimmy is literally working on one piece at a time, and he is speckling in his sunflower right now. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. You have your picture to look at. You have your template, so you basically know what you want to do on there. Now, I don't have Keisha with me today. She's usually my stray from the norm. You don't have to have these colors at all. If you wanted to mix your colors and blend your colors and have them be something completely different, you could do that too. You have a purple pumpkin and a orange sunflower, or a red sunflower and a green pumpkin. It's your painting, so you make it however you want as far as those colors are concerned. This is just to give you guys the techniques and ideas for the picture itself.
Kelly also said hey.
Hey Kelly! That's Lamar!
Yep.
Whoop. I'm going to go ahead and use some of my green right here while my sunflower's dry. Now if you want to, and you've got your sunflower base down and you've got your pumpkin base down and you want to go ahead and start working on your stem, you could do that. The base color for your stem is going to be your green, because you're probably wondering, okay, Ms. Drew, we haven't used any green yet. What's that for? That is going to be your base color for your stem, which means probably the first color you want to put down when you're doing your stem. Because then you can go back in with your browns and your any other colors that you want to add into that, mixing colors together and add some texture to your stem. So right now I'm just working on putting my stem on just so I know kind of where it's at on my painting. And if you guys can, when we look back at mine in a second, you won't be able to see my mess up line anymore. So that was what I was trying to get at with that, was that you can mess it up. It's okay, because we are going to cover it up. We can fix it. Alright, so there I've got my basic pumpkin stem down. just so I know where it's at on my painting. You can make your stem longer or shorter if you want. It's yours to do that with. And add a little bit of brown in there. Now on this one, you'll see that the stem looks like it swirls. So you would just go like that. And you're going to come back around the other way like so. And you can make it look like it's swirling. Okay? And go around your outside like so. Alright, so you're going to do that as much as you want, play around with those colors. I'm going to let that stem dry a little bit before I play with that coloring anymore on there. Always remember, when you're going from one color to another on your paint palette or you're with your paint brush, unless you're using multiple different types of paint brushes, you want to make sure that you are using your water and your paper towel to rinse those paintbrush colors off so that you don't mix all your colors together. I want to show you guys this real quick. Antonio, can you show them?
Yeah, same.
Almost my entire picture is covered in paint right now. Only thing that I have really left to do is blend some colors and change a little bit of it. I'm going to add some brown there and add some highlights to my sunflower here. But as you can see, for the most part, my entire painting is covered. And if you look at my paint palette, it doesn't even look like I've touched it. So, however much paint you have on your palette, I promise you, I gave you more than enough to complete the entire picture. Because when you're doing a watercolor, you do not use very much at all. So now I'm going to go in and add some darker colors. If you look at your sunflower, there are some really bright colors close to the actual seed center of your sunflower. So you can play around with that a little bit. That's what I'm going to do now. There's my pumpkin outside, right there. Good job. You guys are doing so good. Look how pretty these are. I bet you guys at home have amazing ones too. Don't forget, when you're all done with your painting, whether you finish it today or you finish it tomorrow, or tune in tomorrow to do this on your own time after we've already posted. I would love to see these paintings when you're all done. So don't forget to send those to me in Messenger, because I love seeing what it is that you guys came up with. Let me use a little bit of my orange, so I don't have a lot of that in there. Orange here. Alright, I'm going to flip mine up because I'm going to work on my pumpkin again for a little bit while I wait for that to dry out there. If you guys have any questions about what you're doing or you're unsure about anything, please just comment and we will try our best to answer. I'm trying Michelle's technique now of using my finger. Add some more yellow in. I took too much of my yellow out. Look at this. I hear her just over there just tapping away with her fingers. I love it. She keeps tapping those fingers on there. She's spreading those colors out. Caitlin and Devontae, my junior librarians, are painting with us right now online. Super excited about that. I have truly missed having the kids here to do this kind of stuff, so it's nice to know that they're out there still doing that. You know you're having a nice, calm, peaceful painting session when you can't hear anything other than breathing. Just people breathing.
Laura said hey.
Hey, Lauren! And the Temple Christian Academy crew. I think they're all painting together today. Miss Lauren, Miss Brenda, Miss Angela. Hi, ladies. Last time Miss Lauren and Miss Tracy did not have this paint kit to work with. They just had some paints at their house. And you guys, you'd have never known. They're painting, they look like they were just sitting right here beside me doing what I was doing. It was very good. So you don't even have to, you can just use paints you have at your house if you have paints at your house, and just kind of follow along with the technique itself. For the most part, your pumpkin's going to be like just one big half circle at the bottom of your page. So, pretty simple. A little water. That's the one good thing about canvas painting. It's pretty forgiving. If you do like something you're not really happy with, you just let it dry and cover it back up. Have you noticed that, Andrea? If you don't like it, just let it dry and just cover it back up. That's what I do. I'm like, nah, I didn't mean to have that look so dark there or so light there. You just take some paint and cover it back up. Do you have any technique tips, Mr. Jimmy?
No, just experiment.
Yes. Have fun
Just
with
play
it.
around with
Yeah.
it.
Definitely have fun with
Yes.
it. Do not take this serious. Do not get upset with it.
No.
It does not have to be perfect.
I have a tip.
You have a tip? As I was
have a
going to ask
tip.
you guys next.
If you find your brush is too wet and you get your canvas too wet, dry your brush off and soak up the extra paint.
There you go. That's a brilliant idea. I've actually done that before. Had it so wet it was like a big sloppy mess and everything just looked like it was going to smear around on my paper. Just spread it out, you said?
Yep. Or just dry your brush off and then just dab it and it'll
Oh, it'll
soak
soak it
up
up.
the extra, yeah.
Yes.
So if you're afraid you're going to smudge it, you can go in with your brush and remove it.
Brilliant. So you guys got that? If you have too much water on your canvas, you can use your brush to soak it up. Any tips, Miss Taylor?
No, but I'm gonna use that tip when I have that problem.
Right? How about you, Miss Andrea? Any tips?
It's kind of late, but make sure you're wearing an old t-shirt over your clothes or something, just in case you waste paint on your clothes and it's not washable.
Or your Jeep?
Or your Jeep.
You guys, so I was taking a paint palette. I told them already, but I'm going to tell you guys. Because I know my friends that know how much I love my Jeep are going to be like, oh no, Miss Drew, that's terrible. You poor thing. If anybody has any tips on how to get acrylic paint out of your floorboard in your Jeep, I dropped an entire paint palette into my floorboard. Luckily, my Jeep is already kind of, fall color, so it's kind of just blending. But the idea, the fact that right there, when you open up that back door, there's a huge pile of paint. Yeah, if anybody has any tips on that, or knows somewhere I could take that to get that cleaned out, please send me information. I'd love to know. She needs washing on the outside and inside anyway. I guess it's probably that time I probably need to give her a little bath. I don't like washing her though. Jeeps aren't meant to be clean. They're not meant to be clean. So peaceful. Mr. Jimmy and Miss Michelle, I'll tell you guys, I do not like awkward silence.
Laura said this is our stress relief after a long day at work.
Yes, you guys taught school all day. I hope today was amazing. I hope that the kids were wonderful. I'm sure they were. I'm sure you wouldn't tell me any different anyway. At least not live. I am glad that we could provide all of Temple Christian Academy's teachers with a peaceful, relaxing afternoon of painting. You can't possibly have had a stressful day with those perfect little sweet angels that you guys have over there at Temple Christian Academy. Not possibly a stressful day at all. Well, it was chill here today. It's always a great day here. We lost Michelle.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be back.
We lost Michelle. One down, man down. Oh, her children are here.
It's already that time.
Yes, her children are here. Alright, I'm going to hold mine up so you guys can kind of see where I'm at. It doesn't look like I've done much of anything since I showed you guys last time, but I promise you I have. Ah. Alright, now I'm going to work on the details of this sunflower here and putting in some brown here and here on my sunflower.
It kind of looks like a third grader drew it.
It does not look like a third grader drew it. Look, everyone's techniques are different. Look how beautiful. Tell her, you guys tell Andrea she's doing a great job. Comment below and tell Andrea this does not look like a baby did it. This looks beautiful. Just comment below and be like, good job, Andrea. Andrea. Good job, Andrea. Tell her. We have no bad painters. There's no such thing. A 2-year-old can paint. There's no such thing as a bad painter. All right, I'm going in with brown now. Just because I want to. Put some brown in here now. I'm all over the place because I didn't take my medication. So my painting's all over the place just like me. Nothing wrong with that. Can't focus on one thing, Mr. Jimmy. Are you surprised by that?
No, not at all.
I can't stay focused on
You're
one thing.
all over the place,
I am.
but in a good way.
Yes. Just a big peppy ball of fire. You let me know when they're telling Andrea how great she did now, okay? Because I know they're on there about to just blow that thing up and tell Andrea that she is an amazing painter and to stop dissing her own picture.
Okay. Amber, Riddell, and Charlene says they all look wonderful and they love it.
See? Thanks, ladies. That's right. To each his own. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder, not to be cliche. Beautiful. Look, last time we painted, Taylor painted so good she made mine look bad. So it is all about that. She did the cutest little things with her little kitty cats on the fence. She had one that looked like a witch and one that looked like a little devil. And I was like, I wish I would have thought of those cute ideas. Mine are just basic kitties. Boring basic kitties. Alright, so if you look in the middle of your sunflower, you'll see like this like little spots or whatever. That is just somebody pressing down on the paintbrush, and I'm going to show you guys what that kind of looks like. I'm going to get some yellow. I'm going to get a little bit of brown. I'm going to kind of mix those colors together. So I have some yellow and some brown. And then you're just going to, let's see, I'll get my picture in there so you guys can see it right here. There's the brown center that I made for my sunflower. And in that one, they just took their paintbrush and did this. Pushed down and went around like that. That's all they did to make that seed effect. Okay. So I go back into my yellow brownish color, tap down, and space that out like so. And that is going to give that seed effect. Because on a sunflower, that's exactly where the seeds are. So if you eat sunflower seeds, which we learned this last month if you guys painted with us when we painted sunflowers. This is pumpkins and sunflowers. But that's where the seeds are. Those yummy seeds that you buy at the gas station, they're in that center part of your sunflower. So when you see those little specks, that's what those are you're drawing in there. So I'll show you. You see those little specks now on there? I've made it kind of look like it's got seeds. That's all I did was just tapped my paintbrush into a little bit of yellow and then tapped it down to make seeds. You see that? Can you see that on your end, Antonio?
Yeah.
Thanks. Just tap those on there and now it looks like I have seeds. Okay? So you're gonna, if you want that seed effect, that's all you gotta do. Just tap your paintbrush down into it. You'd put some darker, some lighter. Little happy trees. Did you ever look that up from last time, Antonio?
Oh, Bob Ross?
Yes.
Yes.
Antonio checked out Bob Ross. Did you like it?
I got like 5 minutes in, then I had to do something else.
But did you see what I was talking about with the happy little trees? Where he's like, there's a little peaceful little happy little tree over here in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see all that.
Okay, so Antonio and Lauren. I'm calling you out, girl. Antonio and Lauren, we're supposed to find out who Bob Ross is. Lauren, did you find out who Bob Ross is? Let us know. Let me know what you thought about Bob Ross. Oh, Bob Ross. I bought my son a pair of Bob Ross socks last month.
Lauren said, Drew, your next paint class should be hosted at TCA. We could give you a lot of kiddos to paint with you.
Ooh. Okay. That sounds like a good one. My next one that I'm going to do is, I'm trying to remember what it was we were going to do. Oh, we're making a turkey. We're going to do a turkey. And it's like a very cartoony looking turkey, so that would work really well with the children. What do you guys think? Go paint with some kids? Might have to do it. I will check the COVID numbers at that time, and we will see if it is safe for me to make that travel. I love reading to Miss Lauren's class. I just love it. I just love reading. And if you're out there and you have a preschool class somewhere here in Darlington and would like to have some virtual reading, I would love to do that. You can get in touch with me here at the library and I would love to do that. I can Zoom you guys or Messenger read to you guys like I do with Temple. I love it. It's almost some normalcy to a not so normal world we all live in right now. So just let me know. All right, I'm going over here and doing a little bit darker on this other sunflower because in my picture, that's how it is. It's kind of dark on that one sunflower. And a little lighter on the other one. So I'm going to do, just going to spread those paints in there. Hope you guys are having a good time. I cannot wait to see what everyone has been doing. Go back in. Are you all done? She's not done. I'm going to tell her why she's not done. Here's where I get to critique her. I see white. I see white. All right, kiddos. Devontae, Caitlin, and my Temple kids out there. What is Mistress' pet peeve when she's painting a painting? Still being able to see some canvas in the background. Cover that canvas. Cover it up. Color it in. If it's not what's in the picture, then it's something else. There's definitely not a nothingness. We are not drawing the abyss of nothingness. If it's not part of what's in the picture, then it's something else. It's either sky, or more flowers, or more pumpkin. It's definitely something. It's definitely something there, Andrea. It's not the nothing. It's not the nothingness.
Not a nothingness.
It's not a nothingness. Definitely something. Going to add some more. What do I want to add here?
All right.
What you working on over there, Mr. Jimmy? Mr. Jimmy's got more paint coming out, you guys. This is where he's gonna one us up again. And he's gonna start putting in some extra stuff.
Laura said, I did. I watched Bob Ross that night. If you're not able to come in person, I would just get some kits for the kiddos and they can paint along with you. And yes, Mr. did an amazing job at reading for my class. And Jill says, no white showing.
No white showing. They know I do. Nuh-uh. None of that. That don't do that. That's just a sad spot on your paint. Unless it's supposed to be white. Unless it's a ghost or something, or a cloud. And then even then, it should be other colors. I say that, and then I'm gonna look on my painting. I'm gonna find the spot that I missed. And she's gonna be like, "Look right there. Look right there, Mister. Look what you did there." Alright, now I'm just going back in and I'm adding in whatever textures and details that I want to kind of finish mine up. Once you get it, all that canvas board covered up, you can start adding in your details. You can start adding in your vines, you can start adding in your seeds like me and Mr. Jimmy were doing a second ago. And like Taylor's doing now, she's adding her vines on. And Andrea's going back and covering all that white spots up. This is when you get to have a lot more fun. You can add all your little details in there. Add in seeds where you want them. Add in something else if you want to. I mean, if you wanted to just throw a dragonfly on your pumpkin. Here's where you get to be creative with your picture and make it your own. I think last month Miss Lauren put a Bible quote on hers. So she did the entire painting and then over top of it she wrote a beautiful Bible verse. So that's totally up to you too. You make it your own. I'm going to switch brushes because I like to use a really tiny brush when I do details.
Yeah, it's hard with a big brush.
I have some tiny ones up here. Did you get you one? Okay, good.
I did.
Yes, I like to use a little tiny detail brush. You the same way, Mr. Jimmy? A little tiny detail brush when you get to that really small stuff like the vine. For the most part, the brushes that I send are your basic brushes, but you can, if you're enjoying these paint classes so much that you're just like, I just need more tools than what Mr. is sending, I implore you to go out and get those. You can go to Walmart and get those. You can go to Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure, and get some more supplies. I mean, they have tons there. So you do not have to just stick with the supplies that I have sent for you. You can go out and get other ones. So you can make yours as detailed and fancy as you'd like.
Laura said, Angie just called me an overachiever. I don't know if there will be a Bible verse this time, LOL.
Not an overachiever. It's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess it is kind of overachieving. She saw something more in her picture than what I just the painting itself. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Let's put some vines in here. I have one of those eye twitching things going on today, ladies and gents. You know what I'm talking about? Where your eye just like steadily jumps.
Yeah.
This one right here has been jumping all day. Why is that? Why does my eye jumping like that? Does anybody know why your eye jumps? Nurse? Nurse in training? Why is my eye jumping?
I don't know. I don't think you're stressed out or anything.
No. Is that what it is? Am I stressed?
Too much caffeine?
Too much caffeine.
Is that a
Yes.
thing? Is that a thing?
Do you guys think maybe I
Women
possibly
dream,
had too much
maybe.
caffeine? Look, in my defense, you guys, I had 1 cup today, okay? I had 1 cup. That energy drink is still sitting there. I haven't had more than that. I haven't had that yet. It's not Friday. I limit myself the rest of the week. It's that happy eye twitch. I'm just super happy. I got the super happy eye twitch going on. Let's see. Ugh, I messed up one of my vines.
Lauren says, I don't know that mine will look as good as it did last time. I wasn't teaching at that point in time.
Are you teaching right now? oh, I get what you're saying. You weren't. School wasn't started yet. I got you. I'm tracking now. She's trying to say that school hadn't started yet, so she had no stress in her life. No stress. It should be a stress-free world we live in, right? Who's stressed? What could possibly be going on in the world right now to make anyone stressed about anything? It looked beautiful before. Just messing with it. Yes. I don't hardly see any white now. It looks lovely. Can I show it? Mm-hmm. I want to see this. Ah. Look at Andrea's beautiful masterpiece, you guys.
I so distracted I did the wrong end.
Look. Look at that.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Isn't that beautiful, you guys? If you guys want to see all of ours, you can stop by the Darlington Library. I'll also post pictures of them. I'm going to let everybody continue to paint, continue to do your details. Please don't forget to send me your pictures when you're all done. You can send them to me as a comment under this video, or you can send them to me in Messenger. Mine, the Darlington County Library System Messenger, or the Darlington Library Messenger. I would love to see them when they're all done. I hope you don't mind sharing them. I don't have to put your name on it if you don't want to, but I know that they're going to be absolutely amazing. Continue painting. Do all your details. We're going to show you guys a little bit of ours, and then you can check back later to see our finished products. Here's mine, not complete yet. Still working on it. Taylor's. Miss Michelle's going to come back and finish hers. And Mr. Jimmy's. Oh, Andrea, you got to hold yours up. And Andrea. You see how Mr. Jimmy, he totally left the sunflower out and put a blue background. Totally changed the dynamic of the picture by just leaving one out. So you can do that too. Remember, it's your painting. Have fun with it. Do as much as you want to or as little as you want to. Enjoy. I love you guys. I can't wait for next month's paint class. What did I say we were painting?
Turkeys.
Turkeys. Because it's going to be Thanksgiving soon. All right, so join us next month for that. And join us every week for all the amazing stuff we have going on at the Darlington County Library System Facebook page, Darlington Library, Hartsville Society, or Lamar. And you guys have an amazing rest of the week. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I will see you for Storytime Live. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.